Everyone in that Los Angeles courtroom sat in stunned silence as the defense attorney revealed shocking allegations that Christian Combs had targeted underage guests at the notorious FreakOFFS. You could feel the energy in the room shift. Immediately, tension crackled through the air. Photographers scrambled to capture the moment Christian shoved his chair back, his face pale and drained of color, before simply walking out. There was no farewell, no apologetic nod. He stormed past his own attorneys and disappeared through the courtroom doors. It was the kind of dramatic scene journalists wait for, triggered by one explosive revelation: accusations involving minors at wild, out-of-control yacht parties. Christian's sudden exit wasn't just about emotion. It was strategic. Damage. Control had begun the moment the idea surfaced that underage individuals had been brought to these infamous gatherings. Prior to this, the public had only heard bits and pieces about federal raids on homes in Los Angeles and Miami.
Yeah, I ain't hear about that raid. I only heard about the LA and Miami raid. But you feel like the feds, they released that video over King Combs' comments.
My man, I've worked in law enforcement for 27 years, and I had the opportunity to see HIDA. It's a place, whereas they have the state, the feds, the NYPD, the Department of Corrections, and the state police. Yo, this place could be half of a basketball court. That's where they just got lines of computers with officers of all different people and officers just on the internet. Whoever's over that case, whoever's working that case, don't you know they saw that and took it to their boss?
Me and my dog, me and my son right here, firstborn. His name is Bailey.
Ele exhausted.
Look at him.
Who's
your daddy?
Especially girls.
You know.
Girls.
Sit.
Hard just to get him to call somebody. He like, it's too much work. Like, so happy birthday, Christian. Thank you everybody for coming and cheers.
So stuck.
27. 27.
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
We don't got no job.
We don't got no job.
And we don't got nothing to do.
And we ain't got nothing to do. Cause we have to do that together.
Soon after, Grace filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court accusing Christian Combs of sexual assault and potential drugging during that trip. This legal action came swiftly on the heels of raids on Diddy's properties in both Los Angeles and Miami, part of a sweeping federal human trafficking probe. Attorneys for both Christian and Diddy remained silent in the face of these emerging accusations. According to Grace's legal team, Diddy himself maintained full control over the yacht and its operations, creating an environment rife with danger. The lawsuit alleged that Diddy had cultivated an atmosphere filled with suspected sex workers, laced alcohol, physical violence, and profound disrespect toward women and crew members.
Now a son of embattled music mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been accused of sexual assault. A lawsuit filed in LA Superior Court on Thursday accuses Christian King Combs of sexually assaulting and possibly drugging a woman in December 2022. The woman says it happened while she was working on a yacht that Diddy had chartered. This comes just over a week after homes owned by Diddy were raided in LA and Miami as part of a federal human trafficking investigation. Neither the attorneys for Combs or Diddy have commented on the new legal complaint.
In a new lawsuit, Sean Diddy Combs' second son, Christian Combs, is accused of sexually assaulting a crew member working on a super yacht. That suit was filed here in Los Angeles. Attorneys representing former yacht stewardess Grace O'Markey say she was sexually assaulted on board a yacht when she was 25 years old in December of 2022 by Diddy's son, rapper Christian Combs. They say his dad, Sean Combs, leased the yacht and had full control of its staff and the premises. O'Markey's lawyers say Combs turned what was sold as a wholesome family excursion into a hedonistic environment. They stated, quote, defendant Sean Combs fostered and encouraged an environment of debauchery. There was always a party atmosphere filled with suspected sex workers, suspected laced alcohol, violence, and sheer disrespect of women, and the yacht's crew. The lawsuit also contains photos of bruises that O'Markey's lawyers say she suffered when Christian Combs violently grabbed her and attempted to force her to perform a sex act. They also included a transcript of an audio recording which they say captures O'Markey being forced to consume suspected laced shots of tequila.
After reporting the incident to the yacht's captain, Grace claims she was belittled and dismissed. She even suspects that the captain was bribed by Diddy to keep the matter quiet. Her legal filings included unusual and striking pieces of evidence, embedded photographs of her bruised arms. In court commentary, criminal defense attorney Mauricio Padilla noted that lawsuits like Grace's often serve dual purposes, seeking justice and influencing public opinion. In this case, the allegations, detailed, supported by audio evidence, and reinforced with images, painted a deeply troubling picture. During proceedings, Grace's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, outlined the audio recordings in detail, describing spiked drinks laced with GHB and other date rape substances. He hinted that even more damning recordings existed, waiting to be unveiled. The biggest shock came when Blackburn suggested that Christian and his siblings actively participated in organizing these so-called FreakOFFs, and worse, allegedly involving minors. Christian's attorney, Aaron Dyer, dismissed the lawsuit as lewd and meritless, promising a strong motion to dismiss based on supposed holes in the evidence, lack of metadata, no definitive proof minors were present, and doubts surrounding the claim of spiked drinks. Meanwhile, a separate lawsuit filed by Lil Rod accused Christian's brother, Justin Combs, of soliciting prostitutes and underage girls for Diddy's parties. Lil Rod's lawsuit included photographs purporting to show Justin with an allegedly underage girl and described FreakOFFs, where sex workers and minors mingled in drug-fueled environments. The lawsuits suggest Diddy's empire operated less like a music dynasty and more like a criminal enterprise, the so-called Combs enterprise, named explicitly in court filings. The federal indictment accused Diddy of running an extensive operation involving sex trafficking, arson, bribery, and kidnapping, but the heart of the case lay in the alleged sexual misconduct. Singer-songwriter Tanya Wallace told TMZ she witnessed questionable activity at one of Diddy's 2018 parties, recalling what appeared to be minors present despite attempts by adults to conceal the situation. Her testimony only deepened suspicions about the extent of the misconduct. In 2024, the situation escalated when Homeland Security raided Diddy's properties. In Los Angeles, Miami, and New York, agents seized electronics, firearms, party logs, and massive quantities of lubricants. Christian was briefly detained during the LA raid, handcuffed but later released without charges. Christian, once celebrated for his musical success, including the hit Can't Stop, Won't Stop, and for launching his sneaker brand, Younger Luxury, suddenly found himself embroiled in scandal. Public perception shifted overnight. Social media flooded his posts with accusations and demands for answers, but Christian remained silent, relying solely on his attorney's statements. The silence, however, spoke volumes. Christian's dramatic exit from court became a viral symbol of the crumbling facade around the Combs family's public image. Next steps in the civil case involve Christian's attorneys filing a motion to dismiss. If they succeed, the case may never reach trial. However, if the judge allows it to proceed, discovery could force both sides to release emails, guest lists, yacht manifests, and other evidence, prolonging the saga for years. Meanwhile, Diddy's federal criminal trial looms. Jury selection is set for May 5, 2025. Prosecutors have lined up multiple accusers, including music artist Cassie Ventura, who settled her case in 2023, and plan to introduce propensity witnesses to demonstrate Diddy's alleged pattern of misconduct. For Christian, the question remains, can he distance himself from his father's mounting legal woes, or will he be further pulled into the storm? His future, legally and professionally, hangs precariously in the balance. Grace's lawsuit is not just about seeking monetary damages. She demands public recognition that powerful figures violated the law. Her bravery highlights the risks faced by whistleblowers, especially when challenging the wealthy and influential. As this scandal unfolds, Diddy's entire empire teeters on the brink. The sheer number of allegations and the scale of evidence amassed suggest that even if Diddy and Christian survive some charges, their reputations may never fully recover. This saga raises a million questions. Can Christian clear his name after walking out of court? Will he ever escape the long shadow of the FreakOFFS? And if underage guests were indeed present, what does that say about the privilege and power that enabled such behavior for so long? If you've been following the story closely, keep an eye out. More twists and turns are inevitable. As new records are unsealed, as court hearings proceed, and as insiders continue to speak out, the truth behind the Combs family's darkest secrets may finally come to light.